Hello friends, and welcome to How to Write Good. Today we're going to talk about reasons that you don't write. Unfortunately, this topic is probably going to come up again. I got a bunch of different reasons, and then ways to get rid of those reasons. So if you have a reason not to write, hopefully I'll list it here, and then I'm going to debunk it. I will get rid of that reason for you. You're welcome in advance. So today's reason not to write is it's already been written theory. This comes with a brief biographical story, a little tale about a young Mike Essercon, a youthful writer. I had befriended another writer, fella, who wrote some plays. His name is Wayne Cody. He has since passed away. And we were chatting. We chatted for like 5 hours over coffee one day. And he talked a lot. I listened a lot. He was older, and he had more to say, and I listened, because I had nothing to say. But one of his things that he talked that really stuck with me was a reason why people don't write is that it's already been done before. So, like, I have an idea for a vampire story. Yeah, vampires, that's been played out. It's alright, people do vampire stories all the time. Or a zombie story. Or, it doesn't have to be a horror story. A love story set on the Titanic. Story about a man who can talk with animals. I got a story about robots taking over the world. I usually use extreme examples when I'm explaining things, but you know what? There's more subtle stories out there, by the way. Not all stories need to be Michael Bay movies. In fact, I would encourage you to write more naturalistic stories. Let's stop filling the world with just blow 'em up pows. Or not. No, write whatever you want. Anyway, he was working on a vampire story. And a friend of his said, well, why are you doing that? They've already written a vampire story. They wrote Dracula years ago, and it was great. You know, it's already been done before. And his one line that stuck to me was, yeah, it has been done, but not by me. That's a relevant, important thing to say and think, is that any of these stories, any of these tales, when you write a story, you are giving us your personal viewpoint on life. You're giving us a brief bit of you. You're sharing with us, everyone else who reads your stuff, how you see the world and how you tell stories and how you perceive things. It's a weird gift that no one else can give except for you. You're the only one who's able to give that gift. So give that gift. Don't keep holding on to it. Selfish. So, on that level, actually, a couple years back, I wrote a vampire story, and I took my own spin on it. You can find it here, and if you're at the website, you can find it here. If not, go to my website, and you can find it there. It's called Al of the Night. It is actually a short one-act play. It was planned to be a larger full-length play, but at the time that I had written it, I'd written enough of it to get about 30 minutes out of it, and then met up with two other fellows, and we collaborated together and made one play out of 3 different one-acts, and we combined them together. It's called Vampire Variations was the play. I don't have all those plays on my site, I just have mine. It's about a guy named Al, who's an older guy, and he retires, and then he gets turned into a vampire. And that's a pain in the ass if you're an older guy, because usually vampires, young, vibrant, sexy. But he just retired, and he just is looking forward to golfing. And then he has to now tend to this vampire thing. So, that was my own little take on it. It's funny and dark, and my own take. So, your writing project, if you choose to indulge yourself, is to write a story that's already been written. Take a story that already exists in the zeitgeist. I'm not sure I use that word properly, but I do like that word, zeitgeist. So, take a Frankenstein story. Take a Bible story. Those haven't been rewritten a bunch of times. Take a Shakespeare story. Take a story and just straight up rewrite it right from your point of view. Don't plagiarize it. Now that's a different thing. You're not plagiarizing, but you're taking the concept, right? And you put your own spin on it. Your own characters, however you want. If you see in the play or movie Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, that is a play that was written based off Hamlet, but based off of 2 side characters, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, who are just side characters. And this play, and then it was turned into a movie, shows their point of view, and then the play Hamlet keeps kind of showing up in the background. It's quite amusing, actually, especially if you're a Shakespeare fan. If you're a Shakespeare fan at all, check that movie out. All right, and what am I reading right now? Well, I'll tell you what I'm reading right now. I'm reading a book of short stories here by Isaac Asimov. these. I have a pile of these ones. They're short stories. Some are really long short stories. I don't know what qualifies as a short story. Like, I don't know. Some feel are really long, as far as I'm concerned. I guess that'd be a novella. I don't know. But I do enjoy. I really like science fiction from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, because there's so much they get right, and it's really funny how much they get wrong. This fella, if you heard of him, if you haven't heard of him, look him up. Also look up I, Robot. Not the movie, not the Will Smith movie, which was unrelated to the books. The book itself, I, Robot, a series of short books. It is an amazing, amazing book. Check that one out. It's a lot of good. But read this one. It's a good one for short reading, and go to and learn about science fiction. He writes good. He writes good characters, very subtly, very casually. He'll just kind of mention a character trait about them or a character attribute about how they talk or how they act, but not much, just a little bit. And because most of the story is about the science fiction and the science going on, but he'll throw in these extra characters, and it's really it's good writing. Check him out. All right. So your assignment is to write something that someone else has written before, just rewrite it in your own style, and that's it for now. For those who care, my novel is currently being scoured over by, I hate the term grammar Nazis, but it's a term that people seem to understand. So it's being currently scoured over by a grammar Nazi who is meticulous, and so he's going through that. So the story is written, and unless he comes back with some major problem, it should be up soon. I'm planning on posting the first couple chapters for free. Delicious. And then publishing it, self-publishing it on Amazon probably. So, and if anyone has advice on that, self-publishing, let me know. I've never self-published a book. So, get to work. Let's have fun. Let's go write. I'd buy that for $1.